Welcome to this video on how to troubleshoot, repair, and fix a central machinery 1 1/4 cubic foot cement mixer with the 1/4 horsepower motor. Upon plugging the cement mixer in, the drum would not spin, and after a couple of seconds, the smell of plastic burning was coming out of the casing for the motor. So by using a 10mm socket and open box wrench, proceed to take off the 5 bolts and nuts off of the casing, as seen right here. Now, I bought this back in 2017 for $159.99 minus the $32 for the 20% off discount. So I've had this for quite a while. I've used it many times to pour a lot of concrete. So this is the first that I've ever had this happen to me. So after pulling the casing off, there's the motor. Now, I've already fixed this because I had to do a job, but I'm gonna walk you through it. So I purchased a replacement capacitor off of Amazon to replace the one that came with the motor. Now, lesson learned here, that capacitor that I bought, the replacement one, did not fit in the housing for the capacitor. Now, on a quick note, if the drum doesn't spin but the motor does turn on, most likely that screw that I have the socket going on has loosened itself out, and the pin that is used to drive the drum has probably fallen out. So I just did a quick check to make sure that it was tight. Now I'm gonna take off the capacitor housing to show you the inside, the wiring. So using a Phillips number 1 screwdriver. So there you have it. I was able to salvage the electrical connectors. So the ones that came with the motor, I reused them. And here's the replacement capacitor. There's the details on the right side. Non-polar capacitor, so it doesn't matter which terminals you use to connect back to the wiring into the motor. Or you can cut it. So let me put it back on. All right, so just wanted to make sure that both capacitors were evenly matched. The only difference was the replacement had a higher capacity for voltage. And here's what the capacitor looked like. So that was the cause of the burning plastic smell. The capacitor actually popped. So went on Amazon, looked for a Mankey CBB60 capacitor, and found that replacement on Amazon. I think it was $10 at the time. So now, if you want to find a capacitor that can fit inside that housing, I'm going to take some measurements of this capacitor. I should have did this a while back, but the diameter of the motor original capacitor is 35 millimeters. And the length is 66 millimeters. You could probably get away with one that's a little bit longer because the capacitor housing is a little bit bigger in length. See, so you have a little bit of length to play with to get a longer capacitor. See, so a side-by-side diameter comparison. So the replacement will not fit into the housing of the one provided with the motor. So just to confirm the measurements of the one that I did get with Amazon, 71 millimeters in length, confirmed. And the diameter, 44 millimeters. So matches the specs that were provided with the Amazon description. So now you know what to look for when you need to replace the capacitor for this So I'm just buttoning back up the capacitor housing, making sure that the replacement is sealed tight against the housing, because this mixer does vibrate a lot. So just putting the casing back on. Like I mentioned before, I bought this back in 2017 in July. Got a good 4 years out of it. I hope to get many more out of it. Pretty simple in design, simple in use. So now I'm just about to plug it in, just to confirm and show you that it does work. Thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Hope this video helped.